No, this is the last time I'm hosting these awards, so I don't care anymore. I'm joking. I never did. Let's go out with a bang. Let's have a laugh at your expense, shall we? Remember, they're just jokes. We're all going to die soon, and there's no sequel. I came in...
So, Ricky Gervais hosted the Golden Globes last night, and in his monologue, he roasted all things Hollywood related. We're going to take a look at some of the good parts of it and some of the bad parts of it. He's overall kind of right, because he is making fun of liberal Hollywood and their hypocrisy. So let's take a look.
Here in a limo tonight, and the license plate was made by Felicity Huffman. So, no, shush. It's her daughter I feel sorry for, okay? That must be
He
the
makes
most
fun of
embarrassing
Felicity
thing that's
Huffman
ever
and the
happened to
college
her.
admission scandal.
And her dad was in Wild Hogs. No one cares about movies anymore. No one goes to the cinema. No one really watches network TV. Everyone's watching Netflix. This show should just be me coming out going, well done, Netflix, you win everything. Good night. You could binge watch the entire first season of Afterlife instead of watching this show. Spoiler alert.
So that is more of like a sponsored ad from Ricky there, who has his own show. Afterlife is his own show on Netflix, which is kind of interesting considering he had some things to say about Chinese factories and Apple, and how people in Hollywood would work with anyone. So most importantly, though, I want to talk about this part that everyone has been sharing on the internet over and over again.
If you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and... So... It's already 3 hours long.
Okay, so this is an interesting take, considering the fact that that concept in and of itself is an inherently political one. To say, hey, while all of these things are happening around the world, don't make a political statement. While, I don't know, the United States is at the precipice of invading Iran, for example, don't make a political statement, is an incredibly privileged position that Ricky Gervais has to make this, to have this kind of attitude. So that's an interesting take. Here was one where he actually talks about the Jeffrey Epstein situation, which I thought was pretty good. This is probably one of his better jokes in the night, and then we'll talk about the Chinese factory.
Instead of watching this show. Spoiler alert, season 2 is on the way, so in the end, I know he's your friend, but I don't just like Jeffrey Epstein. Shut up. I know he's your friend, but I don't care. It was a big year for paedophile movies. Surviving R. Kelly, Leaving Neverland, Two Popes. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care. I don't care.
Stop.
The Irishman was amazing. Long, but amazing. It wasn't the only epic movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, nearly 3 hours long. Leonardo DiCaprio attended the premiere, and by the end, his date was too old for him. So... Many talented people of colour were snubbed in major categories. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. The Hollywood foreign press are all very, very racist. So
I can't tell if he was being honest here, or if he was like criticizing the idea, because he's had a lot of takes that are reminiscent of reactionaries in the past about forced diversity is happening in Hollywood, and it's actually just the white people that are good, and I mean, it's just not good. It's not a good take normally, but I mean, this was funny.
We were going to do an in memoriam this year, but when I saw the list of people that had died, it wasn't diverse enough. It just, no. Apple roared into the TV game with a morning show, a superb drama, yeah. A superb drama about the importance of dignity and doing the right thing. made by a company that runs sweatshops in China. So, well, you say you're woke, but the companies you work for, I mean, unbelievable. Apple, Amazon, Disney. If ISIS started a streaming service, you'd call your agent. If you do win an award tonight...
So, we already mentioned the last part. You already saw it. So that is actually what I wanted to talk about really quickly before I jump off here. That is good. That is correct. That is identifying the inherent hypocrisy of liberal capitalism, where on the one hand you want representation and diversity and talk about how much you care about marginalized communities, but on the other hand you're still working for some of the worst offenders, some of the worst companies that end up exploiting these marginalized communities just in other countries and other nations. So he is correct. Gervais is correct in identifying that. But also he's not exactly providing a solution, and he himself is working for these corporations as well. So I guess what he's trying to do here is good if he's urging people to take action, demand more from their governments, demand more from their corporations, try to change the system. Or it's really bad if he's just saying, sit down, shut up, take your paycheck, everyone is getting exploited, and who cares? I want to hear from you guys, though. I mean, it's really easy to dunk on liberal Hollywood and their hypocrisy, of course, but I want to hear what you guys think in the comments below. I'm Hasan Piker, and this has been The Breakdown.